Boom, boom, boom. Hey everyone. Hey everyone. So weird to do that.
L.Shima here, obviously.
L.Shima here, and welcome
everyone
to Be Cool. Be cool. Be cool. If you do not know who I am, then you need to Google me right now. It is another fabulous episode. Today's a very special day. It is a fabulous, fabulous Wednesday. Wednesday's always kind of a good day. Yay! Awesome! Man, my voice just squeaked like crazy.
Awesome. Fuck yeah.
Pencils down. Let the show begin. Hey guys! Ooh, see, you expected everyone, but I switched it on you. I said guys instead of everyone. Which I'm pretty sure there can be gals on here too, obviously. But guys, it's already in the English language that you just already have guy just represent everyone pretty much. At least in my language. I don't know. I speak not normal English. Obviously, as you can tell from watching all my episodes and everything like that. My English does not make sense half the time. I make up my own words and I go with it sometimes. Sometimes I just realize that I might have just made up something, and I also don't know how to pronounce things properly all the time pretty much. So yeah, I just live an interesting life. Anyways, alright, so yay, this is episode 15 of Be Cool. Welcome one and all to the fabulous show. I gotta take a breath for a second. Today was just seriously one of those days. I even have yeah, this is a rare sighting. I honestly don't drink that often, but I need to relax and have a fabulous fucking time with y'all right now. And honestly, I actually want y'all to do me a huge favor, if you can. For the ones that are on at this second, obviously. But if y'all can share some awesome stories that you have, either it be funny, silly, sad even. I mean, I'm totally down for sad. I'm just wanting to read from everyone's perspective on life and just hear what you have to say about whatever. And it could, seriously, I'm not kidding, it could be about anything. So give me a story about yourself or a story about somebody that you know. Throw in a joke if you want to. I need some happy-go-lucky things, mood upper risers. I don't know. See, again, that's my language. I don't make sense half the time. But no, seriously. So go crazy. Ask questions for me if you have any. But most importantly, just start sharing stories that you have about yourself. I like to get to know people. And especially if you're a fan, and I know that I've seen you on all my social platforms and you're actually very constant with my work, I definitely want to know more about you. I mean, obviously my podcast is about me and my life and the modeling world, and then when I have special guests, it's about them and figuring out who they are and getting to know the hidden details that they don't normally share kind of thing. But tonight, it could be strictly about y'all. So seriously, I'm not kidding. Is this a kidding face? I don't really think so. This is a very freaking serious face. And even if you're not on the episode live right now, if you're watching this, 5 days from now, or even listening to it on SoundCloud, seriously, I'm not kidding. Just send me a message and say, hey, this is my life, and I will read it. I enjoy reading people's lives. I mean, you're talking to our Reddit queen right here, and all of Reddit is just about people's lives. So, seriously, no joke. You might hear my dog whining a little bit. She's just waiting to go on her epic walk that she embartakes. I seriously don't even know what I'm going on right now. But anyways, alright. Yes, I am doing my normal, typical, rambling life. So today, honestly, like every episode except when I have a special guest, I didn't have anything planned out. So I'm just gonna be throwing things out here and just making sure that it works. No, I'm sure it's gonna work. Actually, I did have a couple things planned, and I just wasn't prepared Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't, like, fully prepared for it, but I think I got it in the bag. One of the biggest ones, and I'm going to start off kind of serious. Don't worry. I mean, I think throughout the entire thing it's going to be kind of serious, but not in a crazy way. You know me. I laugh at everything. But anyways, okay, sorry. Just dog things going on. So recently, at least from, again, Reddit, I watched a video that was very intriguing, and I got in a discussion with Francis last night about it, and this is before he even saw the actual video itself, but I also saw it posted on Facebook by somebody that I follow, and I thought it was a very interesting video for the fact that it was about, and scream if you seriously have checked this video, because I think it came out yesterday. It might have been, like, out for a few days, but it definitely, like, grabbed attention yesterday. It was basically about a video of a girl walking down Manhattan in different areas in a 10-hour span and being recorded and basically showing what happens when she's walking down the street with a crew neck, like, black t-shirt and jeans, and how many people approach her in a certain manner. So I clicked it because being a female, I realized this is interesting. Like, I've never actually seen a video of another female showcasing what it's like to walk down the street in broad daylight, not at night, in broad daylight, and what basically goes on in our time being on the street, just minding our own business. It's fascinating. So I was excited because I'm like, cool, obviously I'm not the only one that's going through this, but I want to see how it's like in another person's shoes. So I was super excited to click on it. I was like, yes, this is going to be fucking rad. I'm going to, like, be so positive about it because, like, somebody else is going through the same things, and it's going to, like, make people aware what's happening and all sorts of things. So I clicked the video, and the video went exactly as it was supposed to, I suppose. It was like a 2-minute video, and it was a girl. She was pretty, literally, again, wearing a t-shirt, crew neck t-shirt, fitted jeans, like the typical style for right now, but, you know, having a hidden camera in front of her, like a friend of hers that is walking in front of her, recording her as she's walking by herself, and how many predominantly males, at least in the video, it did not show any females, but predominantly males basically doing catcalls and hollers and gestures to show that they are quote-unquote interested in her in some sort of fashion. And watching the video, it definitely pointed out some key factors that go on, because at least for my backgrounds, and obviously my opinions, like everything in this episode, when I'm even just simply going to the grocery store and I'm wearing an outfit, not even an outfit like this, like, seriously, I'm not kidding, just like, honestly, when I'm in my normal, like, life, I don't even wear, like, revealing tops whatsoever. Like, I'm always wearing a t-shirt and, like, jeans. I mean, the jeans are fitted, but otherwise than that, like, I'm not trying. Majority of the time I don't have makeup on also, but so I'm not trying to, like, arouse anyone. I'm not trying to, like, get attention whatsoever. I'm like, when I'm going somewhere by myself, I'm trying to get to point A to point B without any disturbance in between. Like, I will love my life if nothing happens in between and I can get to these destinations as quickly as I possibly can. So even if it's me just going to the grocery store, and again, I'm not trying anything whatsoever, I'll get random people, predominantly, God, I can't even say that word. I'm hoping I'm even using that word right. But predominantly males are the ones that will say, hey babe, or ooh, sexy, or damn, or some way to show that they are indeed interested in me and probably want to talk to me a lot further than just saying damn really loud. I get it. I'm not a male, so for those males that are watching currently right now, please tell me your thought process behind that, and if you have done that to a female, or even if you've done that to a male. I'm totally not, prejudiced whatsoever, but please inform me what goes through your mind when that happens, because as a female, I know instantly what goes through my mind. Please don't talk to me. If I'm interested in talking to you, I will make sure that I'm available to talk to you. And honestly, especially when I lived in Austin and I was downtown and I would have to walk 6th Street to get to the art department from, a restaurant that I was eating at, or from my car that was parked a few blocks up, I honestly just give a bitch face when I'm walking by myself, because I am hoping that nobody wants to strike a conversation with me. I feel like if people, if I'm smiling and showing that I'm having a good time, I feel like that's very inviting, which it is, it can be. But when I'm like serious face, like don't fuck with me face, and I'm like walking pretty fast, I'm not walking like running fast, but I walk pretty fast just normally, naturally. And I still get people that will obviously like look, and I get it, you might just happen to be looking at a fly that's buzzing right by my head, or a bird, or like something. There could be countless possibilities that you're really not looking at me. But as a female, I can honestly tell when somebody's like looking and checking me out. And then when it comes to the actual verbal statements that they make, it makes me feel awkward, honestly. And other girls, again, this is me, what I what I go through and my thoughts behind it. Other girls are going to be different and say different things about this. But for me personally, I get so awkward. I don't do well in like not attacks, but just random like verbal moments. Like if somebody just said, "Hey, Shima, what's going on?" I'm like taken back for a second, like, "Well, wait, what? Oh yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking." So when a male or even a female comes up to me, or not even comes up to me, they're just standing by themselves, hanging out, whatever they're doing at that second when I'm passing by, and they verbally scream or just whistle or just say beautiful really loud to me and like obviously towards me, I just ignore them instantly, because I was trying to get to point A to point B and nothing in between. So you disturbing my distance in between those, locations, that's not my game plan. So I keep going straight and don't mind you. It's not that I'm trying to be a bitch. It's just, again, you were not in the agenda whatsoever. And especially how you, quote unquote, caught my attention makes me not as friendly. Well, it depends. I mean, I think I just like went crazy on my words right there. But if you're just screaming, again, if you're a male, female, black, white, purple, yellow, Chinese, whatever, like if you're any race, any sex, any looks whatsoever, and you scream "damn" in my direction, obviously coming towards me, I'm not going to respond whatsoever, because I know you're trying to hit on me, or you're trying to get some type of attention that is not needed at that second. If you're nicer about it, maybe saying, hello, instead of just screaming "damn," then you might catch a instance of me saying hello back. You'll get something. I'm not a bitch. Like, seriously, I will respond if I'm respected. And same situation as if you ask me how my day is. I'm walking, you're walking in the opposite direction, and maybe we catch eyes. And you say, "How are you doing today?" I'll respond like, "Oh, good. How about you?" And by that time I have time to reply, it's already too late. We're already too far for you to give me a response. But if we're not even catching eyes and I'm just in my own world at that second, and you just scream, "How you doing?" Maybe that's your language. That's fine. That's how you talk. That everyone is different. Obviously, I can't even speak English, and it's my only language. Yeah. But I don't know why I just made those sounds. But if it's how you go about representing yourself in a public manner in a very short amount of span. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going with this, other than just me talking. But I'm curious. Honestly, I'm interested in what y'all have to say about it. If you're a female or a male, what's your opinion towards this situation. If you're a male and you're standing on the street and you just got nothing better to do, but you do see somebody that you're attracted to, or you just see a female in general and you want to scream out something, and you are that person that does scream out, or not scream, but verbally says something, if it's one word or if it's actually a sentence or something, what is your thought process behind it? Do you actually think that female is attractive? Are you trying to actually have a conversation with them? Are you trying to just make them feel better about themselves by saying beautiful and just trying to uplift their day? What is your thought process behind it? And vice versa. Maybe you're a female and you're walking down the street and it happens to you. What's going on in your mind? Are you accepting it and feeling so loved when people do that? Are you more like me and you get awkward and shut down immediately when it happens to you? Or if it is flipped and you're a male walking down the street. So I'm trying to think of all the possibilities. You're a male walking down the street and you have other males hitting on you, or not hitting on you, but catcalling you, whistling at you, or you have females doing it, and vice versa to that. Or even the possibilities of the negative parts of it. I've heard countless stories of people being overweight or unattractive, and they get the opposite. Instead of catcalls, sexual statements, they get ones that are very rude, racist, not needed type of statements. So what is your thoughts behind that type of thing? And rolling it back around to the video that created this topic. Hold on, I need to relax because I'm getting my throat also. Sorry, random note. I just got, not really. I still kind of am sick, and it's ridiculous because it was the week where Jordan Bunny came on, so that was episode 15, 14, 13, 14, 12, I can't remember. But that week I was sick. I just got over a sore throat, and what happened this week? Same thing. I had a sore throat. It has happened literally randomly on Sunday, and so my throat still hurts. I shouldn't be drinking beer, but I want to enjoy it, and I need to because it's been in the refrigerator for a while, and I just want to because I'm an adult. So don't judge me. Just kidding. You can judge me all you want, so whatever. This is the first time I've had this, actually. George Killian's Irish Red. I don't know. It's okay. It tastes like beer. Nothing fancy. Okay. So, wrapping it up towards the actual video that brought up this whole entire conversation. When this girl was walking down the street, she was having the same situations that kind of happened to me. Men, just screaming out beautiful, how you doing, damn, sexy. One guy said, how are you doing? And then started to actually follow her for 5 minutes. And I mean, not behind her or in front of her. He was right next to her. As if me and you were best friends and we're just walking down the street together. That's how close he was to her. I'm not kidding. His shoulder was right here from hers. And was, from what the video says, was following, walking right next to her for the past 5 minutes. Not saying a word to her, but just following her kind of in that way. And then another guy was doing kind of the same thing, kind of following her, walking with her, but talking to her as they're walking. So he first tried to, quote-unquote, hit on her by saying some statement. I can't remember. Maybe it was just a question saying, how are you doing today? She didn't respond, as do I when something like that happens, when I feel like I'm being disturbed in my own personal space. But he goes and keeps following her and keeps asking, what, you think I'm ugly? You're not attracted to me? Kind of situation. And does that for, I don't know how many minutes, but does that for a good amount of time, it seems like. And then throughout the 10-hour period, more people would either, catcall or scream out a word or ask how she's doing or something along those lines. And as I'm watching it, honestly, there were a couple parts where it does seem like the person that is, quote-unquote, hitting on her, do seem like they are truly sincere about what they are actually saying. So there was one guy that just said, how are you doing? It was a nice, very pronounced sentence of asking how she was doing. And it didn't seem like anything was coming from it. It was a male, but it didn't feel like it was very awkward or intimidating or aggressive whatsoever. A couple other ones was they would give her a compliment saying like beautiful. Nothing around it, but they would just say beautiful. And I get it because there was a lot of negatives coming from this video. I get why the negatives were coming because a lot of them were saying, man, I wish people would give me compliments and say that I'm beautiful every day like that. And I get it. Everyone wishes that they get compliments and are, wanting to be recognized that they look nice today or did something better with their hair or something like along those lines. That is definitely accurate. I mean, I love when people, especially y'all, tell me I look really pretty or what have yous. But it's how you showcase what's coming through your mind. So if you see an opposite sex walking down the street and you scream sexy, that's nice. You think that I'm sexy, thank you. That's I guess a nice compliment to have. But maybe you should word it in a nicer, more formal way than just throwing a word out there and hoping that it will grab my attention. Because, at least in my point of view, honestly, it's not going to grab any attention whatsoever. It's going to make me definitely ignore you even more because you are a person that can't even say a simple sentence. As an example, saying, man, you are really gorgeous today. Or if they are freaking sexy, and sexy is a very powerful word, then saying a simple sentence saying, I'm trying to think of one that's not like, because sexy is a very hard word to not seem creepy, because it's just very powerful. I mean, damn. Sex isn't really just, you shouldn't use sexy. Sex is just really, because even if you say, God damn, you're sexy, that's kind of very still aggressive. Or Lord, oh Lord, you're sexy, that's still kind of aggressive. So maybe if you don't just use sexy, but if you use beautiful, gorgeous, pretty, what other adjective words to describe somebody's looks, that is a little bit nicer, like not so aggressive, I honestly think you have more chances of getting attention. And I feel like that's the main reason people do it. Again, let me know your thoughts, and if you're one of the people that do catcalls, I'm not going to judge you whatsoever. I'm not like that, but I'm fascinated. I want to know more behind this situation. So again, hold on. I just want to I'm a really fast drinker when it comes to beer, or actually any alcohol. I just have to chug it because I don't care for the taste of alcohol. So I just do it because either I need, not need it, but I would like to relax or feel alcohol because it makes me talk more, at least in public settings. But I don't know. I just, pardon me while I'm drinking this, I'm like, oh, I just want to chug it real fast, but I don't want to do that on video. So anyways, so the video, yes, did show people screaming, and not screaming, but throwing words that sexy and beautiful, but also showing a little more questionable things like saying, how are you doing? Or, something else. You have to check the video. I'll have to link it before it ends and see what y'all's thoughts are towards it. But, I get the negatives of what people were saying about it. There's a lot of people that wish they had compliments like that. I get it. I honestly get it. There's tons of people that... Sorry. See, that's what happens when you have beer. Or any carbohydrated drink. Carbohydrated drink. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. But it is... Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But, it is definitely important that people get compliments. It makes people's days so much better. Even if you notice the most littlest thing about them, like saying, I really like your necklace. If it being a male or a female, everyone loves it because they know, it allows them to know, man, this person's paying attention or recognizing me or giving me attention that I want. And there's people that honestly do dress to impress. they will put makeup on and they will look nice. They'll have a suit or a tux or a dress or nice clothes. And they dress that way not just for them. I feel like people dress like the way they do for themselves if it's comfortable or if they really like playing dress up. But part of them also does it in hopes to be recognized by other people. I mean, I honestly, from a female's perspective, there are days, I mean, I don't need to dress up. I'm here on this dang desk 24/7, and when I do dress up, it's because I'm going out somewhere, and I want people's eyes on me because I want to stand out. I want to be different from everyone else. I want that moment of shine, pretty much. And I feel like that's like it with males and females and variety of ages. Well, the little kids don't care, but the older you get, you do kind of care a little bit. And I get it. When people dress a certain way, they're going to get more attention than others. There was a, what do you call it? Like not theory, an experiment where it went against a female with makeup and a female without makeup. The female with makeup was more, people that would recognize the person with makeup were more intrigued with them and felt that they were more open, so they had a chance to actually talk to them. Versus a female without makeup, a lot of people see them and feel like, oh, well, she didn't have time to get herself ready, so obviously she is not interested in what I have to say or anything whatsoever. So the person without makeup doesn't actually get as many interactions with people throughout the entire day that they're not wearing makeup, which I thought was fascinating. Because it's actually true. Like, honestly, if I'm wearing just this and makeup, I get so many more attention than if I wore this and no makeup. It's ridiculous. But people put makeup on for a reason, to look pretty, right? I'm sure of that. That's the point of makeup, is to look a little bit more prettier than you do naturally, to enhance your features. I personally think without is very gorgeous, honestly, and I actually don't care either. Like, if I see somebody without makeup, I actually think they're more easily able to talk to because they're like me and they're just like hanging out and not giving a fuck. And hey, you're not going to be stuck up, hopefully, because you don't care what you look like. That's my thoughts. But anyways, I'm, again, going off. But, okay, the issue really that I had with this video, so that was kind of what I was getting into. I had an issue with the video. Going through the entire thing, watching it, alright, it showed some relatable things. Some of it I didn't agree with. Yeah, it's okay, whatever, it happens. Whatever. But at the end, they basically said that they have a charity called, what is a charity? I can't remember, but it's a name that you will instantly recognize in a second. But it's a charity that you can donate to help stop this situation. My head first, before I read any comments from Reddit whatsoever, was, you can't stop catcalls and hollers from the street. I feel like that's impossible. I mean, nothing technically is impossible, really. I mean, if you put so much effort and you change people's minds, then it's possible. But that's the situation. For you to stop that situation of getting catcalls by random people on the street on random times and situations and stuff like that, you would have to go and Men in Black every single person in this entire world and change their perspective on how they got to that situation where they thought that was right or whatever. You're just going to have to. Like, there's no way. I feel like that's a topic that is never going to change. I honestly think so. Unless people are so prone to looking at their phones by 10 years from now and they don't have the time to even look at you right then and there, then that might happen. But otherwise, I don't think that's going to change whatsoever. And so in my head, I'm like, I don't see how this is going to happen. Because maybe it's just me and I'm just being negative about it, but I'm like, I can't see it happening. So I finally got on Reddit's comments, and one of the first ones was, everyone was being, not everyone, but the first top comment was somebody being somewhat negative about it, that the girl is Jewish, being in a predominantly minority area in Manhattan, and showing only 2 minutes out of 10 hours worth of footage. So there was something missing in between those 9 hours and 58 minutes. And on top of it, that they are asking for money. I didn't even catch the money part until the end, or until I read that comment. I'm like, oh yeah, why are you asking for money? Like, I understand that it might be a serious topic that you want to, try to fix, and it's a charity kind of thing. But it just seems that video just didn't sit well with me, being a female that has those issues. And they were coming from a good place, but how they God damn it, I used this word yesterday, but I can't even think of the word. But how they organized it and like set it up didn't fit well. And I thought it was fascinating, so I brought it up to Francis, and him being a male, I was curious on his thoughts behind it and things like that, and what he thought the reasonings were behind people doing that, and if he would ever do something like that and why. And so I got his opinions. His was primarily when people, especially males, do some type of thing that says damn or hello or tries to talk to a girl in a random moment that is very short sentences. I don't know what I'm trying to go with that one, but they typically, in his opinion, obviously, majority is because they are attracted to the significant person and want something more from them of any kind. And so I thought that was fascinating because I hear him and our roommate talking about it and things like that, seeing a girl at a grocery store and our roommate like wants to have come down to figure model for him or whatever, and just having that thought process going on. And they're males. I get it. Males think completely different than females. It's just life. So I was very fascinated with it. So again, I would enjoy if y'all can share y'all's opinions, and I'm about to read because y'all are awesomely having conversations without me. No, I'm just kidding. I haven't gained the process or the ability to read while talking, which is an issue. So I'm gonna drink beer. Don't judge me. I'm gonna take a time to relax real fast and read it. So just bear with me in my zoning out face, because this is my zoning out face. Okay, I got some. Okay, cool beans. Sorry, I'm just kidding. This is my zoning out face. Okay, I'll just read them out loud. What am I doing? I don't know. Okay, anyways, I'm ridiculous. Okay, so J Vita, you saw the video. No, wait. You streamer 50841 saw that today. J Vita, you thought it was ridiculous. You said it's even worse when a couple of guys were like, "Hey, someone is acknowledging that you're beautiful. You should you should say thank you." Like, really? Luke, you said, I'm honestly too shy and timid to even catcall. Don't be shy. I mean, thank you, baby Jesus, for not being the one that, like, screams and just says sexy, like, instantly when you see a girl that's attractive. But don't be shy. I mean, I seriously don't think every girl bites. I mean, if you think somebody is attractive and you see a moment where you can actually strike up a conversation, even just saying, hello, I hope your day is beautiful, fucking go for it. Seriously, it makes people so much happier, even if it be a male or a female, kid or adult, old, elder, whatever age range. It makes people so much happier when they get compliments, and nice, endearing compliments, not one that says fucking sexy. Like, that's just not needed. Don't do that. At least not towards me, because that's just not needed. So I know what it's like to be shy and timid as well. You might think Shima's not shy. No, I'm shy. I'm really shy, especially when more people are involved. I get so shy. It's ridiculous. Alejandro. Personally, from my experience and girls that are friends of mine, they've never acknowledged guys who do catcalls. It's just very pedestrian behavior, if you ask me. It is. And I honestly, not that I don't notice them, because it's hard to not notice somebody that's screaming in your general direction towards you. But yeah, I definitely just ignore it and move on. But then you'll get the ones that are really pushing it. They notice that you're not responding to them and saying, like, yeah, exactly what Jay Vita said. Like, you're not going to acknowledge a thank you, or you're not going to acknowledge that I complimented your beauty or I complimented your day and not give me a thank you. Like, when the ones that do push that in the second statement, it makes me obviously more standoffish. Like, if your more first mentality was to hook up with me or just to talk to me, and you said something that I just wasn't prepared for, and then 5 seconds later when you realize I'm not going to say anything back to you, and you come at me with a more harsh statement, getting mad at me for something that I did, or calling me a bitch for it, or whatever, definitely your chances went straight out the door. The first sentence, you might have had maybe a chance if you kind of worked something in there, maybe. But the second one, you're just, no, there's no chance whatsoever. My personal opinion, when somebody says, how are you doing? The majority of people that do that is actually homeless people. People that are just daily on the streets, and they might be looking for $1 and they're trying to be nice or whatever. But every time when somebody just honestly doesn't seem like they're trying to get anything out of me whatsoever, and they just say sincerely, I hope you have a good day, or bless you, or whatever, I respond back. I'm not a bitch. I seriously will respond back to you. If you're nice towards me, I will be nice towards you. But if you're aggressive instantly, and aggressive doesn't mean just a word like sexy. Sexy is nice. It can be nice. But just how it is worded, just for whatever reason, it's aggressive. Just like a cuss word. Fuck is aggressive. Damn is aggressive. So when you throw in a word that is automatically aggressive, it just like hits you hard, you get shut down. And some girls are different, some guys are different. Some people love when they're being called sexy and they will acknowledge it in seconds. But me, myself, and I, no. There's no chances in hell. And on top of it, even if I was single, there's still no chances in hell. And Francis was asking me yesterday that if this person was attractive to me, would my thoughts change? And honestly, it wouldn't, because I don't care. That's not how you go about in getting someone's attention, is by instantly blanting out, yelling out, you know what I mean, a word or a little sentence that shouldn't be said. I'd rather, and this is a conversation that Andy, our roommate, and Francis was having one day, that, you know, this girl, hopefully Andy's not going to get mad at me for saying this, but it's nothing like crazy, but there was a girl in the front of him at the grocery store, and this is the one that he kind of wanted to, like, ask her, like, you know, if she could figure model for him, because he thought that she was attractive and somebody that he would be interested in drawing. Now, as far as a female, I'm not sure if he's actually trying to do something more than just draw her, but I'm going to take the instance that he just primarily wanted to draw her. And he's, you know, just like you, look, just a little more timid, like shy and timid and stuff like that. But he didn't know how to strike up a conversation, because, again, he wasn't trying to hit on her. He was just trying to actually get more models to pose for him and whatever he has to draw. And I get that. If I'm at a grocery store, and again, when I'm by myself in general, I'm typically arms crossed. I try not to do arms crossed, but I typically am, just naturally get into that pose, and I know that's kind of already standoffish. But I get in that pose, and I try to smile when I'm, like, in a line or something, trying to make it seem like I'm happy, because I always am, but just to seem a little bit more happy. And if somebody, and I have had it happen a couple times, where somebody, like, notices, oh, you got the Irish red right there, it's good stuff. That's a nice conversation, because you're realizing something that I have, and you're not really saying it towards me, like something about me that's automatically going to make me assume that you're trying to hit on me, but you're trying to strike up a conversation, which is very nice. So if you can relate something that I have that is not actually a part of me, and relate it to something as if it is a question or a statement, that is a lot more easier to get my attention than anything else. So, like, for an example, you see, and this happened actually to me, Francis, actually more than enough times. if I'm by myself and I'm at a restaurant and I'm eating pizza and you've never been to this restaurant, or maybe you have been to this restaurant, but you see me and you think I'm attractive and you want to strike up a conversation. Now, be it if you actually you think I'm attractive, but you're not even interested in me and you just want to know about the pizza. The best thing to do, obviously, is just to be honest with yourself and ask me, is the pizza good? Or do you recommend this spot? Or how is the pizza? And asking a question that relates to something that involves me but isn't about me is something that will allow me to be like, oh, this person's not trying to hit on me. I'll definitely respond to them, or, do something that shows that I'm paying attention, or I'm nice because I am nice. But if the person is like walks past and sees an attractive girl eating pizza, and just walks by and says, "Girl, you're so beautiful," I'll probably say thank you out of like thanks, like an awkward thanks, but I don't want anything else from you because it's not needed. I appreciate you giving me a compliment. That's awesome. But I'm not going to have more of a conversation from you after that. That's a nice compliment to give somebody. But if that's your true focus, is just to compliment somebody like that, go right ahead. I mean, that might make them awkward, but at least they'll be like, oh, okay, awesome, I look nice today. But if you're actually somebody that is primarily interested in them and is trying to strike up a conversation, the best way is to not say anything that is part of them, something that they have in their hands or is doing on their phone, don't invade personal space and privacy, but something that just doesn't involve their actual body is perfect way of getting involved with somebody in a different level than just screaming out a compliment, because by that point, after the compliment is said and a thank you is exchanged, if a thank you is exchanged, there's nowhere else to go with it, because that's a stop sentence. Once you have a stop sentence, I don't know what it's called. I know there's a term for it. But once you end a sentence and there's not anything to follow through with it, you have a lot more harder chances to get a conversation started. That's my personal opinion, obviously. Yay, personal opinions. But yeah, this place was just more of a charity, and it just was kind of confusing a little bit. It just didn't seem right. I get where they're going, and I totally think it's awesome that they were trying to showcase it, because that's one thing that I've never seen anyone try to showcase before, and show what it's like to be a female walking down the street, minding your own business, and having these voices constantly talking to you when you're not showing them any interest whatsoever. It's amazing. It is amazing. And I get it too, because Francis said it happens to attractive people. I get it. It probably does. Attractive males and attractive females. And when I say attractive, I mean ones that actually, in society's eyes, they look good. Either that be with weight, or just how their face is proportioned, or how their body is just proportioned in general, or even just their clothes and how they're styled. That I feel like the catcalls are very categorized when it comes to people, if they were attractive or not attractive. And again, that's my main idea of what attractive is. But I get it. I honestly am a person that I don't even think I'm that attractive. I think I'm okay. If I get dressed up really nice, then I'll probably be like, oh no, I'm pretty cute. But honestly, I really don't think I'm that attractive. But apparently I am. Just saying. Apparently I am, from all of y'all nice people giving me compliments, and even my boyfriend saying things too about me. But I will never, I guess, I don't think I'll never, but I don't think currently right now at the second, will understand how it's like to not be attractive and not have the street catcalls and that type of thing. Because I definitely do see, and it's been posted on Reddit, that it's obvious that if you're not attractive, you don't get attention whatsoever. Even if it isn't even from the opposite sex, or a beautiful girl or guy or anything like that. You just don't get attention whatsoever, apparently. Again, I've never experienced it. I feel like I get even amount of attention as if somebody else in the entire world. But fascinating, and it's something that sucks because I feel like everyone should have attention, at least in some form of way in their entire life. But I don't know. I just, it's an interesting topic that it just, everyone shares their own rights towards it, and it's one of those kind of picky topics because, again, everybody has their opinions about it, and it's hard to say who's really right and who's wrong with it. I mean, obviously, when somebody's just screaming "damn" at you, you kind of know who's the wrong. But it's one of those kind of tricky topics, and I was just fascinated with the video, and I thought y'all will maybe enjoy just this discussion about it and my opinions towards it, because I try to showcase my opinions towards life in general, so I thought that would be fun. But I'm going to drink. I feel so weird announcing it. But, and then keep reading, because I stopped at a certain point. Hi, God, I tried. I think I'm already drunk. Hi, I am vocabulary. Yay! You're like perfect because I need vocabulary in my life. Proper vocabulary. And it's not Lima, it's Shima, but you tried, and I give you so many props on it, so I appreciate it. My name has so many different nicknames, I guess you could say. Alejandro, it's all about being respectful towards a woman and not reducing to Nathandro. Damn it. I know this word and I just can't say it. Nathandrol. I feel like I'm not saying it right, but that's how you pronounce it. Nathandrol. Y'all are making fun of me and y'all are probably laughing at me right now, but I don't care. Behavior. I am vocabulary. I'm too shy for that, but I like to compliment a female even if I have no intention to pursue her. You, my dear person, are totally right. You should. I try to compliment somebody. I mean, it's pretty obvious in a female life, too. If I'm at a party, this is always when it happens, too. I'm at a party, and there's a girl that I don't really care for. And not saying I don't care for, but I'm not friends with them, and there's not a conversation I really can have with them. But they're right there, and they're either standing by themselves or they're with other people that I'm, like, talking to. I'll be like, I really like your shirt. And they're like, oh, thank you. And then they'll most likely give me a compliment back. I'm pretty damn sure neither of us actually really mean it, but we're trying to be nice because people like compliments. Now, obviously, if you're being obviously lying about it, then there's a difference. But if you're sincerely trying your hardest to just be nice to them, then yeah, that's awesome. Even if you're not trying to get anything with them, it's just nice to say something good about them in a nice, non-aggressive way. Again, my opinion. I'm teetotal. You streamer 72701, try Spotted Cow. It's awesome. A beer? Spotted Cow. I need to write this down. Spotted Cow. I don't have a pen near me. I'm like at my desk and I don't have a pen near me. Alright, Spotted Cow. Spotted Cow. I drink, but I don't drink a lot because, like, I'm 22 years old. Yes, I'm 22 years old. But I don't actually go out, really. Like, if me and Francis were to go out, we go to the movies, or we go to dinner, or we go walk on the beach, or we go take a cure somewhere. We've actually, neither of us have actually seen each other drunk. He might have actually saw me drunk on Saturday night because I drank a lot of wine and was pretty kind of out there. But we honestly have never seen each other flat out drunk before, and it's not that we don't drink, we can't afford to drink often because it can get kind of expensive. And on top of it, I don't know, that's not our life. I'd rather actually go see a movie than go to a bar. There's no point in going to a bar unless I'm meeting somebody for the first time. Well, not for the first time, but I'm meeting some people and they want to hang out. Then there's time for a bar. But when you're a couple, it's not really a point to go to the bar. At least in my opinion. So yeah, it's not that I don't drink. It's just I drink rarely. And I know nothing about alcohol whatsoever. I don't know anything about liquors. I don't know much about wine. I don't know anything really about beer. I know there's hops. And there's What is the other one? See, obviously I don't know anything about alcohol whatsoever. It's hops and something. Y'all know it. One of y'all know it. I am vocabulary. Female with makeup is more laid back to me. With makeup is more laid back to you. Huh, fascinating. Wait, you meant without. Female without makeup is more laid back to me. Yes, I agree with you on that one. If it's female with makeup is more laid back to you, then that's fascinating. Sorry, pretty sure you meant without. You also asked, is this a recording because it's still light out? Are you talking about still light here? Or are you're saying light out where you are? Because if you're somewhere where it's light out, I wish I was where you're at because it is complete darkness here. And yes, it's recording, so you can check this out. If you want to leave, you can leave for sure. You're not stuck here. I don't have y'all captive kind of thing. So you're more than welcome to leave, and you can stop by back on if you want. And I will have this posted on YouTube and SoundCloud hopefully by tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I'm just going on my own world. Alright. Sorry, again. Can she see what we're typing, anyone? Yes, I can. Sorry, I'm vocabulary. I know. I was like on a rampage with words and stories and stuff that I didn't take the time to read, y'all's. But yes, I can read everything you say, unless you say something that's censored. And I found a cheat to get rid of it, but now I forgot what it was. So if you say something censored, then yeah, I'm not going to be able to see it because I'll say censored. But otherwise, I can read everything that you say. Okay. Javita. Am I saying your name right? Javita or Javita? Because, you know, sometimes with, like, words, with me at least, it's, like, confusing. You say, if it's a basic compliment or engagement like, hey, or I like your dress, things like that are fine, I think. But sexy or hey, beautiful, and things that are more disrespectful, hell no. Leave the disrespect at home. I agree. Sexy and hey, beautiful, like beautiful can be disrespectful, but it is also showing a descriptive word, an adjective to describe how you look, and it's nice. Sometimes it means no harm, but just like I said, sexy is just very aggressive, and no matter how you use sexy in a verbal like manner, it's kind of put offish, unless you really know somebody. Like if Francis comes in and says, damn, you're sexy, then I'm like, oh, thanks, babe, and like, whatever. But if I don't know you or somebody I barely know and you say that, like I'll have photographers, honestly, that say sexy to me, and I'm like, thanks, I'm nice. I don't give them shit for it, but in my head I'm like, there's probably so many better words you could probably use instead of sexy, but it's okay. It's alright. I know where you're going, so it's fine. But yeah, it's kind of shouldn't be said, but some people just don't know. Some people seriously don't know, and it's fine. I mean, they're males, and they maybe have never been raised by a female before. Their mom left them, or they never had sisters, or whatever, or had never had a romantic relationship with a female before. Who knows? So, I mean, it's quite possible that their background caused them to be the way that they are, obviously. But, I mean, can't get too mad, but then you can get mad. You can only honestly get mad, in my personal opinion, is if they invade your personal space. And bringing that video back again, because that's another reason I forgot. They were calling the situation harassment. Calling the street catcalls and stuff harassment. Which, I get it, where they're coming from with that term. Completely get it. I would probably not use that term because I honestly think harassment, in my personal vocab, I think harassment means when you are invading someone's personal space or touching them. And being vocal with somebody from a good distance is you're not really invading my personal space. I mean, yeah, you're kind of pushing yourself into it, trying to get me to throw attention back to you. But if I'm seriously, like, have my barriers and I have my, like, focus on one thing and one thing only, it's not even going to faze me whatsoever. And I wouldn't really honestly consider it harassment unless they're following me, like in the video when a guy was kind of walking right next to her and following her, and the other guy that was doing the same thing but actually verbally saying stuff to her, like, oh, you think I'm ugly, kind of thing. Then I think that's harassment, because that's not needed. You don't need to do that, and you're by far invading her personal space because you're walking right next to her when she did not ask you to do so. And yeah, you might be walking in the same general direction, but if you're obviously putting like eyes on her or him and like showcasing that you're interested, it's a very picky topic. And I know I'm kind of not rambling, but I'm rambling. But it's one of those things that it's just, you need to think before you speak, honestly. That's an accurate fucking thing. You seriously do. And there's no harm in thinking too much before you speak. I mean, there might be, but realistically, there's not that big of a harm when you think before you say something towards someone, because it actually might fix a lot of things if you do so. So please just get your brain prepared. Say, hey, brain, I'm really fascinated on saying something like this. Do you think it's okay? And then have an argument with yourself. It happens. Everyone talks to themselves at least once a day. I do it multiple times a day. But just relax. Take a breather. I honestly think if you never talked to this person or said something to this person, then it's not meant to be. And if they didn't respond to you either, and you were hoping they did, it's not been meant to be. Don't push it. If it's not meant to happen, it's not meant to happen, and you just gotta move on because something else is meant to be, and you just need to move on with your life. Man. I crack myself up, and it's ridiculous. I'm sure everybody cracks themselves up, but I feel like I crack myself up with the most weirdest things. Like I'll say a word, and it doesn't make sense. It's whatever. It's okay. This beer is okay. It tastes like beer. It's not even anything. I had this one last year. I was in Atlanta, and I was staying with my host, and they took me to a bar that had like a bajillion different types of beers. Like so many, like 12 pages worth of beers. And I had this really nice one. It was like a fall type of beer. I think it was pumpkin. I don't know, but it was damn delicious. I was like, holy shit, this is beer? This is like fucking candy. Sorry. God, sorry. So that was David. Okay, look, I mean, Shima, it's that never see my father saying or doing stuff like that. So I at least try to make him proud as a dad. And always since becoming a Tumblr user, I feel like I get a better perspective into the female mind and ego. So I try to be respectful as possible. That is so fudging good that you do that. It's seriously, no, it's good that you're actually trying to be respectful of others. And not even for females. You need to be respectful for males as well, transgender, like everyone, every walks of life. Be respectful to them. It's like my mouth was not moving as fast as my words. But again, I mean, obviously if they're not respectful towards you, try your hardest to stay respectful. But I know people like to push buttons when they fucking shouldn't. But try your hardest to kill them with kindness, because kindness is the key to everything in life. You know how many hate letters I get? A good amount, and their main focus when they're mean to you is to obviously just try to get something out of you and make you feel like down and gloomy and stuff like that, and that's their main focus. But if you show them like, no, you're not gonna break me, and you're like, thanks for telling me I'm ugly, I did not know I was ugly, thank you for letting me know this, oh my god, and being super nice about it, they will be so taken back, and it's so ridiculous, and they try so hard, but you just gotta knock them down where it hurts the most. Bam, bam. Sorry, again. I'm just going crazy. Okay, I'm gonna skip, hold on. Okay, I am not getting drunk, first of all. Honestly, it takes 3 beers to actually get me pretty, like, well good. One beer is not getting me anywhere. Yes, I'll have alcohol in my system, which allows me to be more talkative, which is why if I do drink alcohol, is maybe a reason why I'm drinking it is one, because it makes me a little bit more relaxed, but two, because it allows me to talk more. Seriously, I am shy, especially when it comes to being in public areas. So if I'm at a party and I'm not the first one there, and I'm like, the fifth or even like the last person there, and everyone's already in their groups and stuff like that, I need to drink, because I don't need to. I want to drink because it makes me feel more relaxed and more talkative. Honestly, if I've just met you, my conversation game is so low. I overthink a lot of times, and I'm trying to impress. I'm trying to make you like me at the end of the conversation. So whatever I say is always like, well, I don't want to say the wrong thing. What do I talk about? What do I say? I don't know. It's going on in my brain. But when you put alcohol involved, just that goes right out the door, and I don't care what I'm saying by any means, and I'm just going to talk to you. If I see you wearing a twisty tie, I'm just going to be like, I really like your twisty tie, and I'll talk for 5 minutes about it. I don't know why. I'm a happy-go-lucky drunk. I hate the ones that are sad and depressing. Not that I hate them, it's not the mood I want to be in, so don't be rolling your butt around me if you're a depressed drunk. Or aggressive drunk. Don't be an aggressive drunk. That's not nice. But if you're being happy and you're not harming anyone and you're just having a good time, that's nice. So I'm not getting drunk. This is my one and only beer in the entire refrigerator, and I just drank it because, one, today was a very hard day, and two, because I just need to drink it before my boyfriend does, before he beats me to it, because he already drank another beer of mine, and whatever. So anyways, okay. Oh, it's obviously vida, I guess. Vida. Okay, sorry. Okay, that was probably a drunk moment. I was just literally trying to pronounce it. But I am vocabulary. Using sexy when you first meet a woman is disrespectful to me. You don't know if she's already in a relationship. It's true. It's very true. Very attractive is a better way to express your thought. Very attractive is a better way to express your think someone is your type, but keep the boundaries if she's already taken. I agree. Sorry, sometimes it is hard to type, and I just try to read it as if it is said and like as it is typed. But when it comes out of my mouth, I'm like, wait, that's not how you say it. But my brain overworks sometimes with that. Shima, do you know fitness model Nicole Mija? No, I do not. But I will look her up in 2 hot seconds. Well, let me highlight it and then search Google for it. No, but she's gorgeous. Sorry, I'm looking at it real fast. Maybe let's do Twitter. Yeah, she's really pretty. I wish I was that skinny. Okay, trailing off. But yes, she's very pretty. Never seen her though in my life except for now. Sorry, exiting things up. Okay, so that's kind of the end of that topic. How long have I been in here? Already an hour? Dang. I can talk for seriously straight. So, you know what? F it. I'm not going to go on the other topic because I could go another hour. So I'm going to hang out with y'all and have a nice conversation with y'all. Like I said in the first beginning part of this episode, and for those that missed it, and then the ones that didn't miss it, you're just going to have to hear a repeat. Today was a very long day for me. And that's, again, why I'm drinking beer. But I would love to actually hear stories from y'all about your life. Get to know you a little bit differently. Or a story about somebody in your life that you just feel like it's an awesome story to share. Give me a joke that you're interested in, like, wanting me to laugh, because if it's a true laugh, it's a true laugh. If it's not a true laugh, I'll still have a nice laugh. But if it's a true laugh, it's a true laugh. I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah. Anyways, but yes, please share stories. This is about you now because I want to. My throat still also hurts. Again, if you missed the kind of beginning-ish, my I still kind of am sick. My throat still kind of hurts, so I'm surprised that I'm even talking right now. But I got sick randomly on Sunday. I was with Francis and we were eating, and since the last time I was sick, when Jordan Bunny's episode aired, I've healed from it, but my throat, especially in the mornings, like, you need to clear your throat out, and it's kind of like very dry and stuff. Every day I've been suffering that, and nothing's come to it whatsoever. But actually, honestly, here's a story. I had 2 shoots in Orlando on Friday, so on Thursday evening I drove to Tampa where my brother lives and stayed the night there because Tampa's like a halfway point from Sarasota to Orlando, so it would have been easier because I had to be in Orlando at 9 in the morning. Awesome, right? Yeah, I know, it's my life. But so I was in Tampa and I get to my brother's house and I have 2 nephews. And I walk in, and the dinner's ready as soon as I walk in. So, like, I was ready, and my oldest nephew, his name is Gabriel. He's 4 years old. Had to think about it for a second. He's 4 years old, and he had a bowl of grapes that his mom, Sonia, my sister-in-law, or Brian, my brother, I don't know who did it, but whoever parent did it, gave him a bowl of grapes, and it was a good amount of grapes. And so he grabbed some for himself in the bowl and put it on his plate. And he's like, he uses my real name. Shima is my middle name, if nobody has known. L is my real name. L is the real name, but I'm not sharing that with anyone. But he calls me my real name. And he doesn't call me aunt. But he asked me if I wanted grapes. I'm like, nah, I don't really need grapes. Like, I don't care about fruit whatsoever. And I thought about it, though. I'm like, nah, actually, that sounds really nice. Gabriel, give me some grapes. And so he grabs a good handful and throws it on my plate. And I'm like, awesome. So my brother and sister-in-law come sit down and join the table and stuff like that. And then they were talking about that Gable shouldn't eat, or Sonia was saying Gable probably shouldn't put his hand in the bowl. And so she moved it. And I'm like, oh, well, he put his hand in the bowl and gave me some grapes. So then as I grab the grape and I'm saying this and I put it in my mouth, Sonia tells me that he has mouth, hand, foot disease. 2 months ago, I would never know what. 2 months ago, I would not know what mouth, hand, foot disease was. Unfortunately for Reddit, I know what that is, and it's not a good thing for adults to get. It just doesn't seem very good. It's not good for anyone to get whatsoever. But it's kind of like chickenpox. You get it. You get it when you're more capable of getting it when you're young, and then when you get it when you're older, it's much more serious and it's much more rare too. So she says that as I put the grape in my mouth and as I was chewing it, and I instantly spit it out. My brother was laughing, saying, well, it's too late now. And I'm like, yeah, it's too late now to enjoy this delicious grape. And I freak out. I'm like, y'all should have told me this before I walked into the door, because mouth, hand, foot disease is not a funny, awesome disease to get, especially if you're an adult. And so they're telling me it's rare and all this other stuff. I'm like, yeah, but it's the fact that you could still get it. There's a possibility that you could still get it, and it's not nice. Not nice. So the entire weekend, I'm not kidding, freaking out about me if I had it or not. I had my shoot in Orlando on Friday, and then I stayed the night again Friday night in my brother's house and left Saturday. And then they came over in Sarasota to Sonia's family's house, and I went over and cooked a huge fucking meal. And by that point, I'm like, if I had it, I have it. Like, there's no point. So I'm like all over my nephew anyways. And Saturday ends. So Sundays, typically when me and Francis do couple things. And fast forward to where I left off. We were eating, and randomly, all of a sudden, my throat just started hurting. It was ridiculous. Because typically, sometimes it just happens slowly throughout the day. Nope. I don't know why, but instantly, bam! Just hit me while I was eating. Like, my throat just instantly was raw and tender. And I was like, fuck, this hurts so much. I hope I'm not getting sick. And then, on top of it, my body was starting to feel weak. When you're really sick, your muscles just are super sore, and you just don't want to move whatsoever. That's how I was feeling. And prior, we were actually at Goodwill, and I was having hot flashes. And I'm not that age where I should be having that. So I was just like, I thought I was fine, but obviously I guess I was just sick. So part of me was thinking I had mouth, hand, foot disease, but I had no sores anywhere on my body whatsoever, or at least in my mouth, hands, or foot. So I thought I was in the clear. But yeah, so since Sunday, I've been pretty sick. I gotten better. I've been chugging medicine down like nobody's business, but it's still there. And I was hoping it'd be gone by today so I could talk normal. I mean, I'm talking normal, but like where I have no issues whatsoever. But that's my life. So seriously, stories, people, because, you know, I'm just getting crazy over here talking about my sickness, and that's not a fun topic. It's sickness. It's, you know, it's those things. What can we see from Shima in the future? Other than a spectacular podcast that will go until like 3,500 million years from now. There's a lot. I'm just trying to think. There's some badass photos of me that I'm so backlogged in photos, like it's not no joke. Like seriously. Francis says there's 200 and like 12 or 32, somewhere in between that number, photos that need to be posted. So yeah, that's a good amount, from ranging from when I first started modeling to like my shoot on Friday. The shoots on Friday though were 2 fabulous photographers that like I got some badass photos from. I think so. So that's what to expect, but there's more. I plan to have more products out, but I have been slowly dealing with some other stuff that's kind of on the back burner. There's a calendar, but I'm trying to honestly, there's 2 people that I'm interested in supplying the production of it, so getting it printed and stuff, because I have the design and the photos ready to go, but it's the printing that's an issue because I want it a certain way, and it's really hard to find somebody to print it the way I want it. That it is making it kind of delayed. So I'm not really sure if the calendar is going to happen because I need the printing to happen, but hopefully it does because it's going to be badass if it is going to be printed. I'm going to be moving no matter what, so that's going on with my life. I'm making like probably weird faces right now, but I'm trying to think. Yeah, there's a lot, but I don't know. I don't want to like share it just yet. But there's a lot. There's a lot gonna happen in my life. Drink time. Yeah, it's okay. I keep saying that. J Vida. Sorry, I had to make sure I said it right. I'm totally gonna teach you Spanish, laugh loud. Imagine her name is pronounced Mejia. I learned Spanish when I was in elementary school erase it. I learned Spanish when I was in middle school and in high school. I took it definitely in high school, like seriously. When I got to conjugating, I hated that shit. Luckily, my best friend, who's fluent in Spanish, is in my class, and I cheated off of her the last year. Like I needed like 2 credits of like a language class, so the last year I needed her, and she was in that class, and I thank baby Jesus, because if she wasn't, I would have failed. I tried. I would love to learn a language. I want to learn Japanese. I want to so bad. Spanish is something awesome that I would love to learn because I feel like I'm always surrounded by Spanish speakers. Because I lived in Texas and now I live in Florida, so there's like Spanish speakers everywhere. Not that it's a bad thing, but it's just I don't speak it. And especially people, when they just meet me, they think I'm Hispanic of some sort. So especially in Florida. Especially in Texas. They just think I'm Mexican in Texas. But, so they'll instantly speak Spanish to me. I'm like, no comprende español. Yay! But I did. I know some words. It was funny. Sorry, random story. It was a trip when me and my friend Taylor were going to the West, that 2-month road trip that we took last summer. And we were in Denver, and this guy was hosting us, and he's a stereotypical white guy, not being racist or anything, but just literally I'm just bringing a background into the story. And he was really nice, and he wanted to make us breakfast. So he's like, oh, thinking about making breakfast tacos, I think. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, that'd be awesome. That's really nice of you. And I wake up first, and he's in the kitchen getting ready to make it, and he's like, do you like frijoles? And he's this white guy that says it. And I'm like, just waking up and, like, using my history of Spanish, and I'm like, frijoles. I've heard that word before. I'm pretty sure it's beans, but why is this guy saying frijoles instead of beans? I'm really confused right now. So I'm not kidding. I'm sitting there thinking this in my head. I'm like, do you mean beans? And he's just like, yeah, beans. And I'm like, well, one, I like beans, yes. And two, it's like, two, why did you call it frijoles? And he's like, oh, because it says it on the can. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And we had a laugh for a second because I'm like, I just honestly would never expect you out of anyone in the entire world, because he didn't come off like he knew Spanish whatsoever. I do believe, actually, I think he did know Spanish. But just instantly, he didn't come off as somebody that knew Spanish. So it just took me back for a second. So I just thought it was funny. Sorry, that was one of those moments. Okay. Random story. She posted this really cute digital pickup line via Twitter, and it was funny. It had an empty phone contact listing, and the line she used was, if you moment, can you fill out the survey? It was adorably funny. Aww. I just had her Twitter open too, and I got rid of it. Yeah, okay, I got rid of it. There's no way of getting it back. That's adorable. Sorry. I was trying to look it up, and then it was in my own world. Okay, you live in Orlando too? No, I do not live in Orlando. I live in Sarasota, Florida. What up? I'm not from here. Sorry, I'm not a Floridian. Will never take that title. I am a Texan, die hard. But no, I'm not from Orlando. I just went for a couple shoots that I had lined up. And I plan to go to Orlando again in the future before I move to have more shoots. But that hasn't been announced yet. I actually rarely go to Orlando. I always typically go to Tampa and Miami. Orlando is one of those places that I just haven't got much out of it. But recently I did, so that was beneficial. Sorry, going off. When did you start modeling, by the way? Sorry, you're gonna hear me do, like, the snot things. It's just, I can't, like, I don't want to do it now that I threw it out. I kind of just want to throw it at you randomly. But, like, when you, like, hawk a loogie, I don't know how to hawk a loogie. So when I do that, I just swallow it. It's so gross to think, but I can't. I think, actually, hawking a loogie is a lot more grosser. I tried it, and I almost threw up. So if you hear me do that hawk loogie sound, sorry, again, I'm sick, and I have so much phlegm in the back of my throat. TMI, but I don't care. You already know me so well that it doesn't matter. When did I start modeling? Let me ponder this moment for a second. I actually know the answer. I mean, kind of. So when I technically started modeling was when I turned 18 years old, which was in 2010. Sorry, I'm trying to, like, get the phlegm without doing the whole hawk loogie sound. I started professionally. Well, I started taking it more serious New Year's Day of 2012, I think, because I took a break from it, and I just was only doing it as a hobby and to test it out when I first started. Nothing serious whatsoever. So New Year's Day of 2012, I decided to take it more serious and actually try to book shoots and work out my portfolio and do the whole 9 yards type thing. And then during South by Southwest that year, so in March, I decided to quit my job and become full-time. So that was almost 3 years ago. Yay! 3 years, man. I'm sure that's a good thing. Sure, it's a good thing. I've worked hard this past 3 years. It's a good thing. I'm still hustling, which is also a good thing, but it's a very very hair-pulling moments, but it's definitely worthwhile. Yeah, so 3 years, 3 years if you want to count me being full-time and professionally, and then 4 years actually modeling. Oh my god, my horrible first shoots. Just horrible. I looked the opposite of what I do now. It's ridiculous. So maybe one day I'll show like an oldie, but not anytime soon. Not happening. Sorry, ain't gonna happen. Lost my spot. No worries, I've got your back with the Spanish. You'll be my translator. Because I need some translators. Your yays are so cute. Yay! I try it every time too when I do my Tumblr questions. When I'm writing them. Obviously, when you're writing something, you can't really like showcase your true feelings. Because sometimes they put exclamation points and I feel like, I don't know if they feel like I'm yelling at them or that I'm just excited. But I'll do yays, and in my head, I honestly think of yay, like, yay! Sorry, alright. Thank you for thinking my yays are awesome, I appreciate it. I hate when the story gets good, then the ads pop up. Okay, seriously? I did not, honestly, realize that happens. Francis had to tell me one day, and I got so pissed off. I'm sorry that the ads happen. It's because I'm using Ustream for free. So obviously there's that reason. One day hopefully I will be able to do Ustream, pay for the like badass sites and stuff like that. But yes, there are the ads. I hope the ads are at least interesting. What ads do they play? I'm curious. I've never witnessed it before. It sucks. It sucks. Because when he told me, I'm like, so it like stops it? Like it does it like pause it and then backtrack it? And he's like, no, it just, you keep talking while the ads happen and it just does it like that. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, man, yeah. So one day I'll be super rich and I can afford for like all of this awesome hookups that I need for my podcast. And you won't have to worry about a thing. You won't even have to worry about the technical issues that happen. Which hopefully by next episode, it won't be any issues. So one day, I'm sorry about the ads. I really am. I forgot all about it. I always forget about it until Francis brings it up again. I'm like, damn it. That sucks. I'm sorry. I never realized that happened until, not kidding, like 2 weeks ago. Know why Texas is so windy? Because Oklahoma sucks. Ha ha! That. You mean no. I'm sorry. I have to correct this joke. You should have said. Let me make sure you didn't correct it. No, okay. You should have said, know why Texas is so windy? Because Oklahoma blows. But yes, I got the joke, and it was very funny. It was very funny. Oklahoma City's not that bad, actually. I've been more than enough times, and it's actually not that bad. I never actually really did anything touristy, so I got that going for me, but it didn't seem too bad. Anything north of Texas, like Dallas and beyond, like Dallas and Oklahoma, yeah, no, they're just not the places you should be in. And also West Texas, it's just like, yeah, no, that's just a way to get to like the West. Otherwise, there's no point you being in West Texas. Austin, on the other hand, that's the place to be. And just visit. Don't live there. It's a nice place to live, but it's just expensive. And I know a lot of Austinites do not need more people moving there, honestly. Unless you're going to be beneficial to them, then that's obviously the only reason. Sorry, I'm just talking in my ass right now. That's okay. Laugh out loud. Good for you. Yay! Can Francis cook? It's actually, if Francis was here right now, it's not against you. It's not against you. But it's actually spelled Francis. He doesn't like it when people spell it with an E. It's okay. He's not here, so I'm just saving you from if that were to happen when he is here. But he does not. He is not allowed to cook. We have a mutual agreement that I cook, he cleans. I hate cooking. I really do. I'd rather bake. I'd rather eat just sweets all my life. That's honest truth. But he's just not allowed to cook. One, because he doesn't know how to. He doesn't want to learn either. Like, typically when you want to make something taste good, you make effort to make it taste good. So you take the time to read a recipe and do exactly what it says, or you take the time to create something brand new and like experiment with things. He doesn't like doing that. When it comes to food, he just wants to eat it. He doesn't want to spend the time to make it. So his way of cooking chicken, and some people, I mean, our roommate does the exact same thing, but I can't. He'll get the chicken breast, not even cut the fat off of it, if there is fat, but he won't cut it off, and he'll just stick it in the George Foreman. That's it. He will not put any salt, he will not put pepper, he will not put any seasoning whatsoever on it. Just straight up chicken on the George Foreman, and bam, it's done, and you'll eat it. And I'm like, that's so gross. You need something with it. You need garlic, you need onion, you need something. Salt and pepper at least. You need something with it to like intense the flavors. And on top of it, he's never worked at a food job, so he's never worked at a restaurant or like a fast food chain or anything like that. So he's walking in right when I'm talking about him. He doesn't understand what sanitary is. Like, he kind of does, but he doesn't really. So he's just not allowed to. He's not allowed to. But when I was sick the other day, he actually cooked. I prepped everything. So I cut the chicken up and I cut the fat off and I put the seasoning where it needed to be and told him exactly, like, I had everything perfectly, like, in bowls. So it would be easy for him. All he had to do was just mix it up, throw it in a skillet, and then cook it until it was done. So he had to do that because I was too sick to even do anything. I was thankful that I was even capable of prepping the dish. But, yeah, he's just not able to. Sometimes I wish he could, though. I really do. I wish I had a chef because I really don't like cooking. I just hate it. Alright. I'm going to end this soon, so my throat's starting to hurt. But, take your time. No rush. I'm not in a rush right now. Sorry, I just trailed off. Sorry. Trying to get my bearings. This is what happens in my normal life. I'm just, like, rambling and just go into a tangent of nowhere. My friends who are models modeled for about 3 years as well and even started later. It's like Pantene and telephone commercials. Really? See, at least they had stuff like that. I've never had, but are they agency represented or do they do it all on their own? Because I'm just freelancing it independent and it's awesome. I like it. It works for me. But it is a lot harder, especially when it comes to big gigs like that, like commercials and Pantene stuff. But one day that would be awesome to like be in a commercial, well, a good, decent commercial, not something that's so janky or whatever. I'm not gonna be talking about Viagra. That's not a commercial for me, but yeah. So yeah, that's awesome. Sorry, I was just trying to think of me and Viagra. I don't know why. Hello, Woody B7. I think we pay for premium package as far as the streaming thing goes. I'm like, you're funny. You're so funny. What the F is this? What's worse than a woman talking? Nothing. Oh, Woody, you're so sweet. Look at you. Wow, a cure for insomnia. I know, it's so awesome. It just makes my ears bleed hearing myself talk on a daily basis. And it's just so awesome. I just can't handle it. So awesome. Thank you for saying be nice. But hey, if he doesn't want to be nice, that's just him and that's his life. Where was I? The girl should render the fat. So, I'm very picky with fat, and I just don't think any rendered fat is delicious on my personal opinion. But hey, that's me, personally. I'm not gonna bark on trees or whatever like that. But it should, right? It should. But I just don't go anywhere with that. I'm really picky with fat, and it's ridiculous. Like, I'm not kidding. I will if I have a steak about this big and I see fat, it will end up being this size just because I'm not picky. Yeah, weird, right? Yeah, I wish I wasn't like that. They did it freelance, actually. Well, lucky them. Maybe one day. Maybe I'm just not going the right route. One day I will be able to be in some top-notch stuff, and I'm doing top-notch stuff. I honestly am, but I'm not doing things like like television type stuff. I've had opportunities to do so, but it wasn't the right opportunity for me. Like, one was for me to be on a nudist show, just because I do nude work, and I'm like, I'm not really a nudist. They're like, no, yeah, but you do nude stuff. I'm like, yeah, but... And then I, like, researched it, and I was like, nah, it's not... Well, actually, they weren't paying enough, too. But I researched it, too, and I was just like, nah. So it happens. But awesome, cool. If you want to share their names to your model friends, that would be awesome. I would love to. I do so much research on other models and, like, photographers and stuff like that. Like, so I like to be up to date on who's who and what's what and what's going on in this industry. So please do so if you want to. So, Woody B7, you know you don't have to be here, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he doesn't know. He's here because he wants to be here. You know. It's okay, Woody. Just kidding. Yeah, you don't have to be here. If you want to leave, freaking leave. I'm not going to cry me a river whatsoever. If you... Wait. I skipped a part. Alright. Good idea. Alright, so he did leave. Awesome. Cool beans. If he is here, awesome, Woody. That's fantastic. If he is gone, I mean, that was on him. That was a very random appearance, and that probably made my day, actually. Not kidding. I'm not being... I'm serious. That made my day in a very interesting way. So, awesome. I love when people like that happen. Like, they just pop up and they just share their opinions, and hey, like I said earlier, if you want to trail back, respect people, and if they don't want to respect you, then just kill them with kindness. Bam, 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 bam. All right, everyone. I appreciate all of y'all. I'm not ending it yet. There's 2 more, but those are the last 2 that I'm going to speak about. If you really have something you want to say it now or forever. Hold your peace. That's how I say peace. Did you read my joke at 11 p.m.? The ads popped up, so I don't know. You can't even type during the ads? That's ridiculous. Alright, I need to Google how much it costs to upgrade this site, because that's just no bueno. That's not nice. You can't even type during the ads? At 11. No. I see you at 11:01 when you talked about meha, but I did not see your joke. So throw your joke up there. Hopefully this is not an ad. God. Oh man, that makes me depressed just thinking about it. I like the calendar pic behind you. Oh, this one? It's in June. I haven't changed the calendar. It's just there because Francis' mom gave it to me for Christmas. So I hung it up, and I don't use it. It's just there. But thank you. That's very nice. And you like my scary kid painting? Or it's not, I didn't make it. It's not painting. I guess it is. But Jordan Bunny didn't like it. She thought it was very creepy. I think it's cool. That's why it's in my room, obviously. Do you do sneaker-based modeling as in chicks and kicks? Chicks and kicks! Where have I heard that? I'm not kidding. I feel like I've gotten contacted by them. I don't know. Yes, it's a possibility. Again, it depends if it's the right opportunity for me. If the content is nice and artistic and decent and stuff like that. I feel like I've been in contact with them before. Maybe something similar to it. But yeah, I'm open to it, obviously. But just it goes down in the line of the situation at hand and how to... Yeah, I don't know. I just lost my train of thought. So there you go. That's what happens in my head. Yeah, that's really cool too. Thank you. If you don't like it, you don't have to say anything about it. No, I can type, but I didn't know if you read it. Laugh out loud. Kicks on Fire Company. Okay, so that was 2 things. Sorry, I read 2 things at once. So the first one is no, I can type, but I didn't know if you read it. Laugh out loud. Did I read your joke? What joke did you put? Hold on. I'm going back. back in the past, past in the back in the past. I seriously didn't see your joke. I read everything. I read everything. I don't think. Oh yeah. Sorry, I did read that, and yes, I'm not sure when I read it, but yeah, I did read it. It was silly. It was so silly. I think I did read it. Sorry, I was just like, what are you talking about? I was like, oh my god. No, I read it. Oh my god. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, this episode is interesting because I didn't really I did in the beginning. I taught y'all a lot of things in the beginning, right? Right? I hope so. It was very mind-boggling intro, right? And then towards the end, I kind of not died down, but just was more into it. So the people that are watching this at another day or listening at another day, you might be out of the loop a little bit just because this is more of you had been here kind of thing. But hopefully one day you can show up and be in a very awesome conversation, and if not, totally fine. Again, if you want to tell me a story about your life, feel free to message me, Twitter, Tumblr, email, Facebook. Go ahead. I will read it no matter what, and will respond no matter what. Because I like knowing people's lives, and it's just, especially the ones that follow me and are true fans, those are the ones that I care about the most. Not like Woody, because he's obviously not a fan. Obviously. So, I'm going to end tonight's episode, but before you leave, don't click exit yet. I see you going towards it. No, next week, drum roll, please. Can you even hear that drum roll? I hope you can. I will have a special guest, and his name is Orlando Sanchez. That rhymed. That's awesome. Yeah, sorry. Just trying to kind of rap, but not really. I will have a special guest named Orlando Sanchez, and here is his lovely photo of himself. Wait. Sorry. I had to figure it out for a second. We'll do it like that. Boop. This is Orlando Sanchez. Yay! This is what he looks like. And he is, actually, I met him as an illustrator, but now he's doing photography work, which is fabulous. I congratulate him. I never shot with him. I know him because he was actually me and Francis's roommate back in Austin, Texas. And he's actually a good friend of Francis Vallejo, so that's how I know who Orlando Sanchez is. But he's gonna stop on by next week, and he has so many views on life in general. It's crazy. Not kidding. It's crazy. He's somebody that you just want to listen to because he has so many views, and it's it's been so long. It's been so long, but when we lived together, it was one of those, wake up in the morning and he'd go on his journey through life, and it'd be one of those. It would be one of those. And not only that, but he knows so much about art. It's ridiculous. And on top of it, he's getting into photography. So we could talk about that. What? I am always in front of the camera, and now he's behind the camera. So we'll definitely get into so many different discussions about his life. And it will be superb because not only that, but he will be my first, not including Francis, first male guy on here. Seriously, I need more males. Because I feel like I'm just surrounded by females when I do it. So I feel like I need males. And photographers, too. And artists. Because I've had a good amount of models. Now that I'm done with the models, I feel like I can have so many models. I need more of other people from this industry. I need fashion designers, too. I need a lot. I need to contact a lot of people. But yes, Orlando Sanchez, will be on next week. So you don't want to miss out. And if you do miss out, then that's on you. Just kidding. All right. Really quickly, because y'all are just talkers today. Kicks on Fire, I think, owns Chicks and Kicks. That's what I meant. Oh. Drink some tea. Yeah, I know. I don't think the beer was a good idea. I think the carbonation is carbonation. I can't even say that word, is making it worse. So yeah, I need to boil some tea and go to sleep and drink some medicine. Gross. Oh, that's sweet. I'm Cino Edwards on Facebook. Cino Edwards. I see no Edward. Sorry, I just said it. I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry if I made you sad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I just thought it was funny. Is that Mika Lovely on his shirt? No, that's Sasha Grey. Zoom. That's Sasha Grey giving you the middle finger. It's a Pure Filth shirt. It's actually a t-shirt company based in Austin, Texas. So, yeah. Oh, one more thing. When are you doing t-shirts? I can see you on 2 in the shirt tee. I can see you on a 2 in the shirt. Oh, yeah. Well, I have my own shirt, obviously. Well, not really obviously. But I do have my own shirt on my Big Cartel site, L.Shima.bigcartel.com. I eventually will get more shirts. A lot of the time, the photos that I used on a lot of my like shirt stickers and prints and stuff, I own 100% all rights. So when I do get involved with shirts and stuff like that, I like to have all the rights to the photo that is used. Not that I'm against like splitting costs. Like I'm totally not against splitting costs with the photographers that take it. But I either took the photos or Francis took the photo. So, I mean, obviously, I own 100% of it. And it's just easier to manage and maintain and stuff like that. But one day, I will make more shirts. And it was funny, actually. Sorry, again, really quick. I went to the mall, which is the first in forever. And I went into, I don't remember what store, but it's one of those stores. Like, not PacSun, but like one of those stores, and it was crazy to me because I saw Van Styles' t-shirts and also another company's t-shirts, and it just blew my mind because I've always thought that stuff was only sold like online store type things. So seeing it in real life at an actual store like was what this happens? Like, I was so taken back for a second. So, maybe one day I will actually have more shirts, but hopefully in the near future. Tachman, I didn't get my usual Facebook notification. Did I miss everything, guys? I'm sorry, by the way, Shima. You're totally fine. I was wondering where Tachman was the entire time. I mean, I wasn't going to announce it, but yeah, you did miss a lot of things. That's weird. I even posted a photo. That's weird. I went, like, all beyond this one. I was like, I'm gonna post a photo and put like live right now on it. So that's weird. No worries though, Tachman. It's recording and it's gonna be on my YouTube and SoundCloud. So I'm sorry that you missed it. The beginning was where it's at. Like the first hour, the first 30 minutes is where it's at. So you just gotta listen to that. All the stuff at the end too is where it's at too. But I was just having a conversation with people on here. But there's gonna be multiple times next time, Tachman. You didn't miss a lot. I'm so sorry. I will go and personally just like knock on your door and Tachman be like, you showing up now. 10 o'clock right now. Go. But, alright everyone, well this was a fabulous episode, and I still don't know how it ended up being 2 hours. I'm trying to do a little bit lower, but yeah, I like to talk a lot, obviously. So, everyone have a fabulous evening, or day, or weekend, or whatever weekday, depending on what time where you're listening to this at, and when you're going to listen to this at. And, like always, I need to, like, think of a better ending to this, but anyways, like always, be cool, be awesome, be sweet. Don't harass people, but also just compliment people. Give people that moment of shine because they might not get it like others. I was going to say like me, but I don't really get the moment of shine that much. I just get it from y'all and that's it. I don't get it in real life. But yeah, seriously, just be cool. And till next time with Orlando Sanchez. Okay, everyone. Bye.